Thank you, Atlas. And another solid win there by EG to bring the series to 2-0. Guys, what are our thoughts on that matchup?
Syndra.
Speaking of Syndra, we have a replay we're going to pull up to show you guys. And really what this replay is going to do is it's going to showcase what we've been trying to point out so far on the desk. Dominate, this is all you.
Yeah, so this is why I hate ganking Syndra. This isn't even Syndra getting a gank. This is you trying to kill Syndra. So if you can roll the clip. So they're battling over a ward. They're trying to set up a kill on Syndra. Syndra realizes that Elise is coming, flashes the cocoon. The Zed comes with him. Boom, one shot. You're dead. You're dead. That's you ganking Syndra. So this is why I think this champion is so strong right now. Wins the lane, can 2v1 like that. Broken.
And this was the champion that we were suggesting Coast go for in order to, to maybe pull something back into the game, because it is a champion that does not rely on anyone else to make something happen. But EG go ahead and snatch it up for themselves and kind of eliminate that opportunity for Coast right off the bat.
Yeah, we saw Coast just take away the Zed, which they banned the first game against EG. So obviously in their book they think EG has a high priority on Zed, and therefore they would have one as well. So I think I would have liked to see just a bigger, more Syndra from Coast, to be honest. Maybe try to get
Syndra.
more kills from them, really. Let's try to see if they can play a lane bully that can turn any gank really easily. I mean, Zed can do that, but it's not as simple.
Okay. Now, in all seriousness, though, we have to say that this game was a lot closer. At least in the beginning, Coast actually going up in a lead. They were 4-1 in kills prior to that gank and had about a 2K gold advantage at about 11 minutes. So that does speak, again, to their individual skill. We then have to analyze what are the aspects that are falling apart. We said their team, their organization, things like that. And I think a replay that kind of showcases that is EG's rotation to get back into it. We're going to pull the next one up 17 minutes into the game. We're going to the bot lane. Crumbzz, I'm going to let you take this one away.
So this is right after they pushed in the wave middle, and then they're going down bottom with the jungle and mid lane. So there's almost no vision of this happening. And now we see the engage happening from Crepo with a stun followed up. Right there, he Q flashed on Braum, so it cancels the animation that happens pretty much instantly. Caitlyn gets tagged by it because you can't react to it, gets killed, and then we also have a TP from Inox securing. It's a 5-on-2 tower dive bot lane. There's no coming back from that in terms of the bot laning. And you take away one of Caitlyn's strength, which is her early game in laning, just by completely just decimating her in the dive. And already you get your Lucian far ahead enough that he can deal with Caitlyn solo. And once that happens, Caitlyn is forced to group. And if Caitlyn's forced to group with a Zed that's really far behind, Zed can't split into anything, and you're not going to get any damage into the turrets versus Syndra because she's got great wave clear. So what happens is that you just start falling behind, and Zed can't make anything happen, and Syndra could probably 2v1 you middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In all honesty, it makes it very tough to diagnose or to, I guess, rather to propose a solution then for Coast, because they did have that early game lead, and yet EG they found a way to use their superior map movements and their vision to get right back into the game. We even actually commented that very early Coast had some aggressive wards in the jungle. All that vision seemed to fall away at some point.
Yeah, I think that it was... the problem that Coast had this game is they didn't take turrets once they got advantages. Elise, Caitlyn, Nami, those are champions that you get to take turrets early. And if you're converting all these kills, but you can't take objectives off it, it's really not worth much. And if you saw that every time EG got an advantage, they took a turret, they took a dragon. That's why they're winning the game by so much, because even when the game's like even in kills, you have EG up 5-6K gold just off dragons, just off towers.
And I will say that Coast actually did make one other pretty fantastic call, which was to go for that Baron. When they had vision of EG moving down to the dragon, they knew it was up. They went, and they had a great play there. They actually caught out Inox, who decided to TP in a little early there. But at that point, it was too late in the game. That Baron buff only brought them within 4K gold of EG. So it seems like they need to be making these decisions earlier, maybe taking more risks.
I like what they did in terms of putting focus on top lane with the Lulu getting ahead of Ryze. Ryze will eventually outscale, but you want to have that Lulu to bully Ryze as long as possible. And they did that. They actually ended up turning a gank. They ganked it, and then Helios jumped in his Kha'Zix and ended up getting killed. But I feel like they should have put even more pressure in that lane and make sure that Ryze stays down and that EG is forced to react by just going elsewhere and then take that first turret out so that you can eventually rotate the Lulu. Lulu's going to be an excellent asset to you in pushing towers. For instance, take the top turret, rotate Lulu down towards the bottom lane. With Nami and Kaylin, you can easily push down that turret just by sheer force. 3-man that, and just eventually utilize the Nami, Caitlyn, Lulu, like triple range, like kind of roaming pushing squad, and go around the map taking objectives. Instead, we saw an extended laning phase that really resulted in nothing but Syndra getting kills left and right.
Yeah, that definitely could be the answer there. The idea of taking, strong lane bullies, perhaps pulling that Syndra into the mid lane now that they're on red side, and using just pushing power, looking for turret taking ability. That's something that we a little while back when Caitlyn was more popular was such a contested pick because you could literally just take a turret without fighting. Disengage, take a turret. Disengage, take a turret. So that might be the solution there for Coast.
Yeah, I can't really imagine a better 4-man sieging comp than Lulu, Nami, Caitlyn, Elise. That's pretty much as best as it gets. It's all range. All of them have ways to like disengage. You can just pretty much walk up and get free turret hits, but they didn't use that for an advantage at all this game.
All right. And then, just one final note. Of course, we're at that point in the series. You're down 0-2. You are a challenger team, so you're a little bit more inexperienced when it comes to these best of fives. What is the discussion like at this point? Because you guys have been through them a lot. So where is it? Where are you looking to find that strength, if you will, to say, all right, guys, 3 games in a row?
Well, I don't know them personally as players, but I wouldn't take picks necessarily to be the defining factor in these series that we saw both games. The team comps were pretty different, in my opinion, in terms of what they're trying to accomplish. And I would just say go with comfort picks. Like maybe you're picking something that you're not comfortable with. Like if this is your favorite champion, go ahead and play this. Like make sure that you know how the champion works and how you're supposed to utilize it so that you can have something at the highest level that you can play it at and then take a win. Don't play something that, oh, this champion's really good. Let's make sure we can play this. We have to play it because it's really good. Let's contest this. It's very good. Like the Zed didn't look that comfortable, honestly. Like he did a lot better in the laning phase as Orianna versus Ahri. Take the Orianna matchup again. Like you were more comfortable in that, and Orianna's going to be a better team fighting later, and you can stall out the game if you fall behind. Like on Zed, if you fall behind, like, you're doing nothing.
Yeah, for me, I think H2K said it best when they were down 0-2. This last game, YOLO. You need to YOLO this game because you're not keeping up with them in objectives. So you just have to just do the most stupid aggressive things you can and just try to get ahead. Because if you don't snowball super hard, you're going to lose this game.
And pick Syndra.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
well, that's expected.
If we haven't hammered that home enough. Well, we've got more league action coming your way. After this quick break, Evil Geniuses and Coast will take to the Rift for Game 3 to see who will be playing in the NALCS Spring Split. Keep it tuned right here.
Freaking.
You're beautiful.
I play so much Mundo.
You're beautiful, it's true.
Get your heads back in the game.
The stun with one last auto attack. The flash is there. Helios has got him. Crappo's going to take it though. Bloodthirsty support. Miracle's going to go down. Sheep as well. Baron down so low. Mash now fails the flash unfortunately, but Helios isn't in the Baron pit. It's down so low. Does get secured by Coast. Oh, there's a 2-man stun there coming through, and look at all the damage from EG. They got the pick that they need.